9-wheeled EVs or 3 with 3 each, it's the same thing. I'm Brian. Welcome to My Tesla Weekend. Yeah, so I was at Fully Charged, the ginormous, amazing live event hosted by Robert Llewellyn. You might know him from a number of things, including Red Dwarf. So cool. But the big thing is, there were so many very small companies there, all showing their wares. What wasn't there was the big dogs. Where were they? You would almost think they weren't even participating in the electric car race. Hardly the point. Let's get on to it. 9 wheels of electric vehicles. Let's start with my favorite one and move on from there. This vehicle is the Nimbus. I could tell you all about it, but I had a chance to meet with the CEO, so I will let him tell us all about it instead. He's a pretty laid-back guy, surprisingly, considering he's launching a EV company. So I don't know. I mean, I honestly have more faith in this company than Arcimoto, in whom I have previously invested. So, go ahead and say your name, who you are, and then talk about the car.
So my name is Lee Hang. I'm the founder of Nimbus.
And tell us about the Nimbus.
Sure. So it's a 2-seater tilting electric vehicle. And what we're trying to do is create the perfect vehicle for kind of like in-town errands and commutes. Priced at under $10,000 or $200 a month to rent. Goes up to 50 miles per hour. You can get a range of 93 miles, and that's done with swappable batteries, which you see here.
And do you know state by state if there's any licensing issues?
Yeah, so the vehicle is classified as an autocycle
Because it's got doors.
because there's 3 wheels, there's a steering wheel, and there's a seat belt, and some other requirements, which means in most states you do not need a motorcycle license to drive one, just a regular car license. But you enjoy some of the benefits of having a smaller vehicle, like cheaper insurance. Obviously, the vehicle is priced very low as well. So.
Now this one is my second favorite. This one was just so goofy. It was crazy. It was insane. It's the sort of thing your dad would invent if your dad had the, presence of mind to actually invent things. I wish mine did. My dad was clever. He didn't make stuff, but this guy did. And these cars are not just crazy and amazing, but they're actually available today. So let's just look at the interview.
Yeah, these can go 1 million miles on the energy to make the Tesla, because you use a lot of resources when you make a 5,000 or 6,000 pound vehicle.
For sure.
And 20% of everything consumer product pretty much is energy, because it takes a lot of energy to mine all the materials and to pay the workers and pay the salesmen and everybody that uses energy. So that all adds up to the manufacturing. It's not just the manufacturing in the factory, it's also all the workers' energy, because you pay them money and they use that for energy.
For sure.
So that
what
adds
was
up.
the concept behind it?
Well, to be green, you have to be light, because then it doesn't take many resources to build it. And also, if you're light, you can actually be safer than most cars by using foam. Because if you're going to package something, you put it in foam and cardboard. Well, this has a lot of foam and honeycomb core board for protection. So we've done crash tests, and 1/10 the G loads on the test of the chest of the dummy in one of these when we did the offset crash test. They couldn't believe it at the crash test site. They made me pay $100,000 for the dummy up front, and then I got my money back. But you know, these only use about 100 watts per mile, so very efficient, 3 times more efficient than a Tesla. And
are they for sale now?
yeah, you can walk home with this one for $10,000. It'll go 75 miles an hour. It's got enough battery for 100 miles in it. Or 150 if you're only going 45 or so around town.
So
they got regen and stuff.
Why don't you say the name of your company and your website for the...
Yeah, my company is Spira for You, and the website is spiraforyou.com. That's S-P-I-R-A, then for you. Number 4 and a U.
The last 3 wheels of these 9 wheels of these 9-wheeled electric vehicles, in plural, I guess, is the Electromechanica Solo. My least favorite one, in part because the front end looks like a late 90s Nissan, and in part because it only has room for 1 person. Every showroom has plenty of demo models available, and that tells me they're not selling. And I can see why I wouldn't buy one. As much as I love it, as much as I want it to be a thing, 1 person, I don't know, just doesn't work for me. But you can take a look at it, you can see what it looks like, and you can tell me if you think it's a car you would actually want to buy, to own. It's not fast like a Tesla or a, EV6 or an ID3. No, it's it's fast like a early 90s Buick. It's still something. Can't really impress anyone since it's just you in the car. But hey, check it out. It's Dr. Know-It-All. Love that guy. You gotta check him out if you haven't. He does coverage of all kinds of stuff. Beyond Tesla, even. He does a lot of AI. He's going to be at AI Day. You probably already know this. He was probably already there by the time this video runs, but still. Great guy. Great channel. Check him out. The only 3-wheeler really missing from this is Archimoto. Now, I have had some pretty great personal interactions with the executives at Archimoto, but I don't know what happened. I guess when Mark departed, I departed, so I don't really know what's going on with them. I have sold all but 1 of my shares, so I still technically have a legal right to show up to a shareholder meeting and put tinfoil on my head and make a proper jerk of myself, which I have no intentions of doing, but, 1 share left, why not? I could, should I so properly lose my mind. No matter. What did I miss or misunderstand? Let me know in them comments below. Leave me all your thoughts, your wisdom, your blinding brilliance, your juicy goodness, and all that good stuff. And stay tuned, stay juicy, and I simply cannot wait to hear from you clever robots. All upon that flippity flop. And of course, I already forgot to mention a massive thanks to my patrons. You guys are the reason I'm able to keep going. You're the reason I have time to stop making videos and start doing math, the math that actually makes the channel work. So I thank you guys so much for all of that. So there we are, there we go, and I guess we're done.